Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for another episode of Is It Worth My Time? This time around, the newly released Steven Spielberg movie, Disclosure Day. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe someplace down there. Also, if you like what you see here and want to see more, want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, go over to suspendedfanimation.com, all one word there, and take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out periodically. I'm just kind of coming back to things. Also, underneath that, I have a schedule of basically TV shows and movies that are coming out that I like, you might like. I don't have everything on there, but I have a good majority of stuff out there. So um, there we go. That actually helps a lot more for me. I was just popping out the chat so I can actually see it better. It's in my field of view now. Um, Let's get started, shall we? How about that? So, like I said, I'm going to actually start off with a spoiler-free version of this, and then we'll go over to spoilers. So, spoiler-free version first here. Um, this movie is about 2 hours long, somewhere around there. Actually, let me take a quick peek again and make sure I know where we're at. 2 hours and 25 minutes, 2.5 hours long. I take that back, 2.5 hours long. And you feel every single 2.5 hours of that as you're going through. Um, it drops you in the very beginning of it, like you think you missed the first reel of the movie. Quite honestly, it drops you in the middle of a story, and then yeah, it's about aliens, obviously. Disclosure Day. This is nothing new. This is all in the trailer. It's about people trying to get information that aliens are real out there to the public. That's really what this is all about. And it's 2.5 hours of mystery box is really what it is. And those of you who have watched my channel before know how much of a fan I am of mystery boxes, especially J.J. Abrams' mystery box. And what's a mystery box, you might ask? A mystery box is when it looks really flashy on the outside, but it's filled with nothing. Think of it as the old Let's Make a Deal game where you have cash in your hand, and Monty came up to you and said, "Hey, do you want to trade the cash in your hand for this box that I have here? Or, trade the cash in your hand for the what's behind curtain number 3?" And you do it, and you either get a box of nothing or you get what's behind the curtain, which is a donkey, which again is nothing. That's pretty much what a mystery box is, where it's filled with nothing. And that's what this story is nothing. Literally the ending, I knew where he was gonna end it with. I'm like, let me guess, he's ending it here. And I was like, what a fucking stupid ending. So is it worth your time? God, no, it's not. It's 2.5 hours long. Save your time. Watch it when it comes out on cable or some kind of streaming service that you're subscribed to, where you can fall asleep at your leisure at home and fast forward through it or pause it or whatever you need to do. It's boring. It really is. It's boring. Um, and it really makes no sense whatsoever. I literally have a list of questions that I wrote out here that yeah, that I'm going to get to in the spoiler section here. So why don't we do that? Let's get to the spoiler section, shall we? So, spoiler alert, I am going to spoil things from here on out. If you haven't seen the movie, good for you. Um, I'm going to spoil it for you here. But yeah, so I'm giving you just enough chance to pause, whatever. I'm sure you don't really care. I'm going to put that back there. That's what I'm going to do. And for those of you wondering, how is it I'm going to see all these movies and stuff? Am I paying a absorbent amount of money? No, I'm not. I pay a subscription for a monthly. I go to Alamo Draft House. I'm not getting paid for this, by the way. So, and I pay $40 a month, and I can see a movie a day if I really wanted to. So, yeah, 2 movies pretty much pays for itself right there. 2 movies in a month. Yeah, that's where we're at. So that's why I don't feel bad. And the movie theater is like 5 miles from my house. If that. So really simple to do, and that's why I go and do that. Um, yeah, so like I said, it starts off in the middle of the action. We have this guy, Dr. Daniel, which I didn't know he was a doctor until I was looking at the IMDb, Dr. Daniel Kellner, who has escaped from this place called Ward X with a backpack, or he's meeting people to exchange for his girlfriend, who they have hostage, and uh, he actually has some, I guess, data, drives that are it basically it has some kind of evidence on it. We know it has the, I guess, clarif it has the evidence that there's aliens among us or aliens have visited us, all that kind of stuff. And basically what this comes down to is him trying to get that information out there. We also have Emily Blunt's character, who is a weather woman, weather person, who is ends up speaking in tongues, I guess you could say, ends up speaking different languages, and it turns out she also has been touched by aliens. And that's how come she can speak, this alien language, and she broadcasts it out over TV. And yeah, and basically it's just a roundabout. It's just a really bad movie. Let's just say this much. Um, the end of this, basically they trot out an alien. I'm not kidding you. They trot out an alien. The alien whispers in Telner's ear, so because he can. The aliens have given both Telner and Emily Blunt's character, Margaret Fairchild, they abducted them as children and then altered their brains so that he can understand mathematics and so he can decipher their language. And she can speak any language once she's activated by, I guess, animals. Uh, and again, like I said, this is really not thought out. It's really not fleshed out. There's a lot more fucking questions than there are answers. And in the end, the alien whispers in Telner's ear. He whispers in her ear. She's on TV. And everyone's waiting for some words of wisdom from the alien. And all it is listen. And we go to black. Um, okay. The questions I have here is what was the point of the government keeping secrets? Supposedly, it's to amass wealth and power, is what that was. That they were saying in the movie. Bullshit. Quite honestly, it sounded like bullshit. It was just kind of a wavy of the hand kind of thing. Um, and if all the world's governments were involved in these secrets, so this is the other plot point that's happening as everything is going on. The world is pretty much going to shit. There's an impending world war happening, possibly happening, and this supposed revelation that there's aliens among us basically quiets the world down, right? At least we think, because it cuts to black. We don't know if that actually happens or not. But if all the world's governments are involved, what does Disclosure Day stop any of this from happening? They're like, yeah, we know aliens are there. Fuck you. We're still sending our nukes. So yeah, it makes no sense on that one. Um, and then when the governments of the world are working with, are the governments of the world working with these aliens? Are the are they just trying? Are they the government just trying to harvest the alien technology? And then also, are they just trying to chase the aliens? It's never really made clear because the video that's released, the evidence that's released, you see fighter jets chasing after different alien ships. And then also at some point there, you see military people walking with aliens into tents to go and talk. And then also military people cleaning up alien crash sites where they've found live aliens and dead aliens. And I'm like, you're still not answering any fucking questions here. Where were the aliens hiding? They're not hiding, Marks. That's the whole thing. The one alien that they trot out at the end was supposedly being tortured by Colin Firth's character. He's the head of Ward X for information, I guess. I don't know exactly. They weren't really, again, it wasn't really answered. That question wasn't answered. They bring up all these questions, and this is a movie of what ifs. What if we did this? Would this be cool? Would this not be cool? Would that be cool? And then they don't follow through on any of it. This I think might have been pitched at some point in time as a series, a TV series or a streaming series or something like that. Didn't happen. So David Kopp and Kopp, Koepp. He's done Jurassic Park, plus a whole bunch of really shitty movies too. Tom Cruise's The Mummy, yeah, all that kind of stuff. And Steven Spielberg wrote the script, by the way. And yeah, it's just a really shitty script and a shitty story is really what it comes down to. And also, supposedly, this is going to be a sequel to Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Not really. It just is kind of a muddy conspiracy theorist jerk off session is really what this is. That's really what it came down to. It just felt like that to me anyway. um Also, were there different types of aliens here? Because we see small aliens, and then the alien at the end who, they trot out in this chair has a gigantic fucking head and is bigger than the other ones that we've seen so far in the videos. Are there different alien? And there's different types of ships. So are we talking about different aliens? Are there just one alien race? Also, why would these aliens that have only picked two people, Emily Blunt's character and this guy Telner, to give them information in their head, and only two people out of 8 billion people to impart a message that really is going to come down to one word: listen. If you are technologically advanced enough to do that, where you are able to change someone's brain waves, to make them understand mathematics, to make them understand language, all that kind of stuff, you can hijack the fucking worldwide communication systems. Go, hey, we're here. We're actually real. I don't know. Maybe that would have been a little bit easier than hijacking two children, altering their brain waves, and then waiting 30 years for them to come of age or something, or activate them. Again, there's no real rhyme or reason as to, other than, oh, war is going to break out, this is the time to do the disclosure. So yeah, it just is really stupid. And then to compound on all of this, Coleman Domingo, who plays Hugo Wakefield, is the guy who supposedly hired Daniel Kellner in Ward X. So there's a secret group within the secret group, supposedly, that was making a secret plan in order to release all these files by infiltrating the secret group. Yeah, my head hurts just even thinking about this. And it is as stupid as it sounds. Um, who is the secret group? Who put the secret group together? Was the Ward X group? Are they military? Are they government? Because at one point, Kellner says, yeah, presidents have been omitted from this information about aliens because after they're president, they go into civilian life, so they didn't need to know. And again, it's a throwaway line within the movie. So there's a lot of really stupid shit like this going on throughout the movie. And if you have even half a brain cell, you're literally slapping yourself in the face as you're going through this, going, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, mystery box indeed. Um, and then it just, why would you go to, again, it's just, why would you go to the trouble of altering someone's brain waves? If you could do that, you can just hijack the communication systems. Again, this is just a really shitty movie. Spielberg hasn't done a really good movie in a couple of decades, is what I'm going to say right now. And yeah, it's really relevant. It's on show here. It really is on show. He borrows scenes from Close Encounters of the Third Kind during a car chase. He borrows some scenes from his own movies, obviously, and he's trying to evoke, I guess, some sense of nostalgia, but at the same time, his story is empty. It's fucking empty. Again, it's a mystery box. It might look somewhat pretty on the outside, but it doesn't. It's not pretty at all. Uh, the character of Margaret, Emily Blunt's character, she's a weather person who is in Kansas City. She goes to find this guy Telner, who is trying to look for her because he sees her, broadcast things. So she starts to go and look for him. He's going to look for her, and they wind back up in Kansas City at her TV studio to do the broadcast. And again, my head just hurts here on this. Is like, we literally just did this really turnaround circle jerk kind of thing there. Hey, I am Joe the Third. How's it going? Um, yeah, this is just a really bad movie. Stay away from it. Wait till it comes out on streaming. You really don't need to go and spend money in the theater to go and see this, or your time in the theater to go and see this, because it's a big waste of time. It might even be a waste of time on streaming. I'll tell you this much right now. That's how bad this movie is. And it's a shame because there's a lot of good actors in there. A lot of good actors. I know they just jumped the chance to work with Spielberg, but yeah, and I mean, who wouldn't want to work with Spielberg? But when you read the script and you realize how shitty that script is, I would have said, maybe next time. Or what else you got? Because yeah, um, the movie industry needs to start reining in uh, directors and bad scripts. I know, yeah, I know. Big names bring in supposedly money and butts to the seats. But if the script isn't there, you shouldn't be giving them money. Quite honestly, the, honestly, the money that was spent on this movie could have made probably about 10 or 20 I Love Boosters, the Boots Riley movie that just came out, which is an infinitely better movie and is also sci-fi, by the way. Um, yeah, it's oh my god. Yeah, go and see that before you would go and see Disclosure Day. I Love Boosters is actually a wacky movie and sci-fi, and it's a lot better than this one. So, with that rant out of the way, I'm gonna let you guys go. What else do I have going on for the rest of this week? I should say. So tomorrow I'm gonna go and take a look at Spider Noir, which is on Amazon Prime, the Nick Cage 1930s Spider-Man series. Yeah, 8 episodes is what we've got there, season one there. So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to do another Is It Worth My Time on that one. I haven't thought that far ahead, obviously, quite honestly, on most of the other stuff. There's a lot of stuff that's coming out. Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming out. Supergirl is coming out. I'm most likely going to be covering Supergirl next week when that comes out. I am going to go and see The Death of Robin Hood this weekend. The Hugh Jackman movie, not sci-fi, but it is, I guess you could say, fantasy because Robin Hood and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, take a look. Go over to suspendedfanimation.com. That's where I'll be posting up if I'm going to be doing any more streams or when I do my next stream. Also, like I said, underneath there, I have the stuff that's coming out on TV, movies, all that kind of stuff. I'm on the fence about covering Lanterns at this point in time because I don't know how much time I want to commit to that. If I'm going to do it all at once or if I'm going to do it episode by episode. Um, yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about that. I'm kind of kicking myself right now. I probably would like to discuss the Vampire Lestat, which is on AMC Plus, which is technically the third season of Interview with the Vampire. The first two seasons of Interview with the Vampire on AMC Plus transferred over title season 3 to the Vampire Lestat, which follows the books, obviously, and is a fucking phenomenal series. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. if you haven't seen it. With that said, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you to everybody who joined me here in the chat tonight, and thank you out there, you know who you are out there, for watching this video. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe someplace down here. And also, if you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the videos that pop up over here and over here. I believe over here is the one that if you're still on the fence about subscribing, what YouTube does, takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching, all those dirty videos, and tries to match them up to one of my dirty videos that best matches your predilections of things. And if you like that, then hit that subscribe button down below there. Otherwise, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you, everyone. I will see you again next time. Oh, well, tomorrow night is where I'll see you guys. So until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may be in a movie theater for 2.5 very fucking long hours with a really bad Steven Spielberg movie, which I know is not being all that specific because it's been the last 20 years, it's been like that. Thanks, everyone. I will see you again tomorrow. Have a good rest of your night. Stay safe, be well, take care, and stay safe out there. Thanks, everyone. Have a good rest of your evening. Good night.